But this is just basically explaining your birth chart, what each house stands for, what the planets stand for, and what the signs ruling each house stand for. So we already covered that in the beginning of the book. Part 2, Understanding the Signs. Chapter 5, Aries. Theme, the brave trek. Archetype, the warrior. Dates, March 21st to April 19th. Motto, I am. Ruling planet, Mars. House, first. Degrees, 1, 13, and 25. Modality, cardinal. Element, fire. Colors, red. Body correlation, the physical head and brain. Keywords, daring, impulsive, independent, enthusiastic, initiating. Tarot card, the Emperor. Characters and celebrities with Aries energy. Aries, Marcus Aurelius, Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, The Flash in DC Comics, Lady Gaga, and Unicorn Riah. Why did they forget to put my name right there? Aries playlist. Wanna Be Starting Something by Michael Jackson. Love is a Battlefield by Pat Benatar. Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. Make the Road by Walking by Menahem Street Band. Never Too Much by Luther Vandross. And I by Kendrick Lamar. Herbs and supplements for Aries. Turmeric for anti-inflammation, yarrow for overheating, and maca for adrenal support. Crystals for Aries. Carnelian for connecting with inner drive, red jasper for grounding, and celestite for peace. In a quote, sometimes your only available transportation is a leap of faith. Margaret Shepherd. As a cardinal fire sign, Aries is the initial spark that sets off a bonfire. As the first sign of the zodiac, they are learning life through first-hand experiences and eagerly rolling up their sleeves for life's tasks. They embody taking a leap, initiating a task, and charting the course. The first 4 signs, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer, are in the process of learning their elements. Since fire is volatile, the channeling of that inner spark makes all the difference in the life of an Aries. Embodying a lit match, Aries must be self-directed and not carelessly thrown. Their inherent comfort with risk can be to their detriment, and learning to cool off their fire and use it constructively can be a lifelong journey. Each sign is signified by one specific symbol. For Aries, it's the ram, symbolizing their ability to plow ahead. The head-butting ram contains the energy of their ruling planet Mars. At its best, Mars showcases drive and the will to boldly act. In its most destructive manifestation, Mars is war. Aries, when your fire is not channeled, how do you maintain peace? Is it worth maintaining? As the initiator of the zodiac, you may begin to wonder, must I always lead the charge? In the tarot, the Emperor is the tarot card for Aries. Sitting on his throne, he embodies authority, stability, and strength. He is an obvious leader and has significant responsibility. He has fought many battles and successfully climbed the ranks to get to his position. The Emperor is a well-respected and courageous figure. Mature and conscious, the Emperor is one of the embodiments of the divine masculine energy in the tarot deck. If you have an Aries sun, as Aries sun is the trailblazer. An Aries sun is the trailblazer. This person dances to the beat of their own drum, and once they have their vision set, they'll move swiftly in its direction. They infuse their actions with passion and their big why, and there's a short tether between their feelings and their willingness to act. Just as they move swiftly, they tend to think and speak quickly too, and their words are driven by their emotions. They can be naturally ambitious and goal-oriented. They don't always make hasty decisions, but they are capable of reckless choices. They benefit from finding calm, grounding, and presence in the moment. They are more suited to leadership than following others or taking orders, and can find satisfaction in guiding groups. They are one of the few signs with an inherent optimism. They take risks, revel in their victories, and experience life in passionate and integrative ways. If you have an Aries rising, an Aries rising experiences life head-on and through physically engaging with the world. Exercise can provide a what? PANACEA for their stress or the natural heat they accumulate within. They can be a bit of fire starter, and similar to Aries sun, they are quick to act, speak, or send messages. Generally, they don't shy away from confrontation and exert more effort in conversations and relationships than others. When attempting to make their point, they can be perceived as aggressive. While others may find them intimidating, this perceived aggression doesn't always reflect how they feel. If they find an investment worth their energy, Aries rising will give 100% of their effort. But over time, this initial devotion can lead to burnout or lack of follow-through, extinguishing the flames of their Aries rising benefits from considering that their self-assertion has the capacity to block their desires. They should avoid combativeness, asking themselves, is this the war I'm willing to wage? Or is this a battle worth fighting? Will help them avoid draining their energy through unnecessary spats. If you have an Aries moon tends to be independent, driven, and courageous. As the first sign of the zodiac and holding cardinal energy, they can have impulsive tendencies tied to their feelings. Despite being a fire placement, an Aries moon can be emotional, accessing the full gamut of their feelings. They can be bold and brash with the capacity to inspire others. They can nurture themselves by avoiding impulsivity or repressing emotions, and they must channel anger in a productive way. Aries moon benefits from engaging in self-soothing activities and healthy communication and being in cooling, serene environments. To relax, they can incorporate the element of water into their lives, taking soothing baths or resting near water. When it comes to creative work, they benefit from experimentation. They need to feel free from confinement and allow their creativity to shine. As cardinal fire, if something isn't working, they can and should start over without clinging to a past creation too tightly. If you have Venus in Aries, in a phrase This is a keep it hot placement. Venus in Aries is passionate and loves to try a new hobby or activity. It comes naturally for them to take initiative in matters of love, money, and their values. They can appreciate public displays of love and get bored easily. They tend to be flirtatious and, for better or worse, love a good chase. They like to move quickly in life and relationships, and although they must be cautious of being hot-tempered or competitive, they can forgive and move forward. They should avoid impulsive spending. In money-making ventures, their independent spirit can launch them into entrepreneurial endeavors in which they can excel. The partners for Aries Sun and Venus. Despite your fiery nature and tendency to go after what you want in partnerships, you seek balance. To offset your quickness and drive, you thrive in partnerships that value reciprocity and with those who have an easy ability to keep their cool. Someone who lends patience, perspective, and tact will prove to be a complementary partner for Aries energy. You benefit from partners who also help you stay grounded to the earth, enjoying life's simple pleasures, and this could include culinary adventures or being in the nourishing environment that feels good. These qualities might be best exemplified in air and earth sign partners. A long-term partner for Aries will honor their need for independence and be comfortable focusing on their own creative projects or personal endeavors. When stressed, Aries might become somewhat impatient or bossy, and they benefit from forgiving, laid-back partners. Shadow work for Aries. The shadow traits: aggression, burnout. The evolved traits: chill, focus. The lesson: every sign is in a process of becoming. Aries is learning to take initiative responsibly and how to lead through developing their relationship with themselves. They are learning to master peace and the art of assertion without war. For them, knowledge of the self might take precedence over fueling balance in partnerships. The advice: feelings of rage can escalate into inflammation. You require healthy outlets and benefit from direct communication after a few deep breaths. Also, you are the initiator of the zodiac, and this means staying the course as a leader. Implementing structure in your long-term plans and finding supportive teams for collaboration will be your secret weapons for success. The shadow through tarot. While the Emperor is a trusted, capable leader in the upright position, when the Emperor is too focused on his battle scars or the power signified by his throne, he embodies the shadow side of this card, a dictator. The message of this card in the reverse position signifies an energy that is immovable, explosive, and arrogant. The reverse Emperor's volatility can be dangerous and lead to impulsivity and conflict. Taking a step back, finding humility, and witnessing the humanity in others are the lessons for the Emperor in the reverse. Reflections for Aries. How can I best channel my assertive spark? Is there a relationship in my life that could benefit from greater balance or a softer approach? How can I show appreciation for those who support and look up to me? For the sake of staying true to my own course, is there a tweak that needs to be made? Affirmations for Aries. I am designed to initiate change, and I acknowledge this responsibility. It is safe for me to trust my partnerships moving forward. I bravely and compassionately ask for what I need from others. I celebrate my inner drive and embrace collaboration as an asset. Practices for Aries energy. Yoga. Whether you identify as one or not, the Aries archetype is a hothead. You need a place to release all that heat and sweat it out. Also, you and all fire signs like to look your best and impress through your physique. Yoga will check both boxes. Breath work. Breath work is a great way for you to release tension. This will connect you with your emotions and help liberate pent-up feelings. It relieves stress, lowers blood pressure, and releases energy into the throat chakra. In addition to feeling lighter, a likely benefit of breath work will be improved relationships. Active listening. Since your tendency to move fast, active listening is a quick fix to avoid jumping to conclusions and saying something you'll regret later. The next time you're inclined to react rather than respond, to raise your voice or run away, take a deep breath. Hold space for the other person. Then decide how to move. Active listening gives you the ability to strengthen your relationships and connects you with your inner mediator. Utilize HALT. HALT is an acronym and tool, and it stands for hungry, angry, lonely, tired. In this practice of checking in with yourself around what stressors might be exacerbating the pressure in the present moment. If you're experiencing any of these, the advice is to nurture yourself by addressing the part of you that is hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Tend to your physical and emotional needs before responding to another potential issue.